For my CSE 578 final project, I present PaintPort, a new e-portfolio format designed to support digital artists in the process of reflection. Reflection has been well established as an important creative process in a variety of fields, particularly the arts. Researchers Strempel and Oliver defined reflection as a complex process that strongly influences learning by increasing understanding. To continuously develop their practice and skill sets, professional artists and hobbyists alike must incorporate reflection into their creative workflow. But this can be difficult for beginner and intermediate artists who lack the resources or educational support to carry out meaningful reflection. Effective reflection for an artist involves positioning themselves as the creator and the audience to reflect on both the process and the outcome. PaintPort is a web-based e-portfolio that supports reflection practice for digital painters by combining perspective manipulations, reflective writing prompts, and operation history visualization. PaintPort was implemented using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and it consists of two different page types. The first is the home page, which presents all paintings previously uploaded by the user in a gallery view. Each painting is accompanied by its title and the date it was uploaded. Clicking on a painting brings the user to the second page type, the painting reflection page. This page consists of a large view of the selected painting, an extracted color palette, a controls toolbar, and a set of input text boxes. The toolbar incorporates several different features that allows the user to reflectively engage with their painting and painting process. First, the References button allows the user to view any images they used as inspiration. Next, the Views drop-down menu allows the user to view their painting from different perspectives by applying filters, transformations, and overlaying common composition guidelines. The original version of the painting can then be easily restored. The Tools drop-down menu lets the user explore their operation history. The history of brush use is presented as a stack of brush icons, where each icon corresponds to a different brush tool in the painting application used by the artist. The icons are presented from top to bottom in the order that they were first used. When the user selects one of these icons, a short video reel appears that shows instances of how that brush was used in the painting. The Add View and Remove View menus allow the user to customize their view controls by adding to and removing options from the Views menu upon selection. Finally, the set of 4 input text boxes are intended to prompt reflective writing. The user has freedom to fill in the text boxes with however much detail they choose in whatever format. The Notes text box was included to support expressiveness. That text box exists as a space for the user to provide whatever detail or thoughts they would like. Any text added by the user will be saved in the text boxes for review at a later time. I have identified the strengths of this tool to be low threshold, wide walls, and the support of exploration because the tool is user-friendly for beginners, allows control customization for intermediate users, and allows all users to explore their painting and painting process in a variety of ways. The user has a large amount of freedom in how they choose to interact with the tool for their individual practice of reflection. I have identified the weaknesses of the tool to be high ceiling, open interchange, and collaboration capabilities. PaintPort does not have a high ceiling because the format in which operation history is presented would not provide meaningful information if a very large number of tools were used repetitively to make small changes. Therefore, the tool does not support highly complex paintings like those likely to be produced by advanced artists. Open interchange is not supported because in its current design iteration, PaintPort is only compatible with one specific painting application rather than a variety of digital applications. Finally, in its current iteration, PaintPort does not support collaboration because different users cannot view or interact with each other's pages in any way. PaintPort is a novel e-portfolio format for supporting digital artists in reflecting on their work. Despite being an early stage prototype, I think PaintPort has the potential to be a valuable tool for supporting reflection and could easily be tailored for use in other scenarios, like for the generation of a new tutorial format, an art sharing platform where users could easily share information about their process along with the finished product, and to be used as an educational tool. There were several key lessons I took away from my experience designing and implementing PaintPort. The first is that while you should clearly define what your tool is supposed to be used for and who it will be used by, you should spend less time than you think on ideation and begin implementing design iterations as soon as you can. This will leave more time for trial and error, as well as for creating a more polished prototype. I personally spent a large amount of time trying to fine-tune details of my design before implementation, and many of those details were altered almost immediately after testing them out. The second lesson is to focus on executing the implementation of fewer features really well, rather than trying to incorporate as many features as possible. And with a smaller number of features in your tool, you'll be able to iterate through design options more quickly. And lastly, I learned that it's not reasonable to expect yourself to meet all of the design principles covered in this course in an early prototype design. Similar to lesson number 2, it is better to initially focus on applying fewer design principles completely rather than partially applying a larger number of principles. I hope you enjoyed this presentation and thank you for watching.